Attention, please let us have your attention.
So obviously you're trying to branch out and teach people, like help people with your experiences and stuff. So I'd just like to get a point about, like, there's a lot of conspiracies that fly around and all of that, and sometimes there's an overload of them and people will just start to blank it out.
Yeah.
But if you can just talk on like certain things, like maybe books you've read and stuff that kind of informed you, and not just, you know what I mean, your standard YouTube blah 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 that people get gassed on. Just give people some real stuff to look for.
I think that really, if you look at the state we are in the world today, we have the United States, which is a country which has near 1,000 military bases worldwide. The United States has a military base in Japan, or more than one military base in Japan. Military bases in Colombia, military bases in Italy, military bases in Germany, military bases in Egypt, military bases in UAE, military bases in Kuwait, military bases in England. So we're literally talking about one country that has military bases all over the world. Now, that's not a conspiracy, that's not someone's theory. Factual. That's absolutely factual and publicly accessible fact. Now, okay, we take that, the United States has that. How does that affect the rest of the world? A lot of rappers in this country don't really know why they started rapping in the first place. And I'll be honest and I'll tell you why I started rapping in the first place. The United States building military bases around the world is imperialism. But what happens when people place the culture of the current empire which rules the world above their own, above themselves, it's called cultural imperialism. Okay? What people need to wonder is, why did most rappers, some still do today, but when they first started rapping in this country, what accent did they rap?
Yeah, definitely. When it first started off in the UK, that twang, the American twang was just there. It was just...
And I, as a 12-year-old, did the same. I was rapping the American accent. Now, the reason we were rapping the American accent, well, me personally, I can only speak for myself really at the end of the day. I got into hip-hop and rapping out of an admiration for American culture.
The whole culture, yeah.
And the reason why that was taking place was because of the United States' dominance, not only militarily, not only economically, but culturally of the rest of the world. Now, as I've grown older, I've managed to turn that music around and use that product of cultural imperialism as ultimately a weapon to fight imperialism, and a weapon to say, well, you know what, this is who I am, this is where I'm from, and this is how the United States, this is how the British government and the British government's policies and the American government's policies have affected me and my life. And I am very much myself a product of cultural imperialism, as all of us are in some ways, in one way or another. But so it's important to understand that, and to understand the context of the world and how the whole world is, you know, everything has a history and everything is related. Nothing exists without anything else's influence upon it. So it's important for us to realize that. So yeah, I mean, there's plenty of books out there for you to read, factual books about world history and about the way the world is and why the Middle East is in the state it is, and why the Middle East, the country which, if you're talking about the Bible, everything you read in the Bible is based on the Middle East. Noah's Ark is in Iraq. We're talking about Jesus being born in Palestine. So the Middle East is not this homogeneous area full of men that treat their women badly and kill each other over nothing. It's got rich history, culture, and civilizations which go back a lot further than European civilizations. So it's important for us to understand that it's not just as simple as that. And so yeah, that's what I would say to people. I would say don't buy too readily and too quickly into certain conspiracy theories that people peddle, because I'll tell you this, a lot of these conspiracy theories are there to basically distract people from a simple reality and the simple facts. And the facts are interesting and strange enough. They often say the fact is stranger than fiction. I definitely feel that we live in a world today which is like that.
Definitely. Well, yeah, it feels like you might not like this comparison, bro. It's obviously he's a boxer, but it feels kind of like you're Pacquiao right now, one of the greats in the UK game. But it feels like we're losing you to politics. You know what I'm saying? You're going to. So what you know what I'm saying? Is that a line you're going to continue to tread and use the music as a means to do that?
Well, I mean, it depends. It depends what you mean by politics and what capacity.
I've never thought of actually, you know what I mean? I'm not too clued up on it, but becoming, you know what I'm saying, actual politician and
well,
stuff
I'll tell you why I wouldn't, because I think that the political system in this country is not actually democratic. Apart from, we have members of parliament who we elect, but we also have something called the House of Lords.
Yeah.
And the House of Lords are unelected lords, and there's more lords than MPs in the country at the moment. And they're chosen by their own party, and they have a lot of control. So really, I don't think the political system in this country is democratic, and I believe it needs to ultimately change. So that's why I wouldn't be involved in that capacity. But I think that ultimately, my music will always be my music, and I love music as well. But it's just about my music always has an aim, always has a message, and always has a point to drive home. I'm not here just to make you dance. I'm not here to sell you products that somebody else wants me to sell you. I'm not here to tell you what looks cool. I'm not here for you to make babies to. I'm here for you to try and save the babies to. That's what I want my music to be. I want my music to be a soundtrack to the struggle, to your struggle, to my struggle, to our struggle as people, to make this world a better place. Because I don't believe in the status quo and the way the world is fine. I don't believe it's okay. I think a lot of people find it easy listening to the rap that's out now. Is like a lot of the music generally they get shoved down our throat. There's music which its aim is to make you forget about the rest of the